I give you the light of Erendir, our most beloved star. And Gimli, what did she give to you?
As for one lock of her golden hair, she gave me 3.
God, that's really weird.
Oh, no, it's nice.
That's weird.
No, it's nice because I think her hair's really nice. So
You asked for a hair.
actually, in retrospect, that was a bit weird.
You've got dead hair.
Does look good though, doesn't it?
It does look good, to be fair. Yeah.
We're back!
I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a geek.
Hello and welcome to 8 Days of Geek with me, Christopher Weeks,
AJ Jenks.
and no.
I am here. It's Ben. Hello.
Ben's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Ben's back,
Yes,
but it could be worse.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
You know what? I'm almost recovered.
Almost
I had
recovered.
Awful amount of flu that was just.
An awful amount of flu.
Yeah.
Not a type of flu.
No.
It was lots of it.
I mean, you can quantify it.
No, I was bedbound.
Can you translate it into kilograms or litres? How much did you have?
Yeah, just a lot.
Oh, fair enough.
Gallons of flu is
Yeah,
what you had.
gallons of flu. It was really tough, and
You did have a week off work, didn't
Yeah,
you?
week off work. It's a lot of money.
Very unusual in the acting world.
Yeah. So I am kind of there now, but you know what? I had to be here for the podcast again.
Oh yeah. Wait,
I'm shooting off.
I don't know if
after.
anyone told you, but we did actually do one while you weren't
So,
here.
sorry,
We
mate.
may have missed one.
What?
Yeah.
We did,
You did-
Star Wars.
Did New Hope, mate.
But that's funny because I remember we talked that we were all going to do Star Wars. So.
Well,
Well, yeah, you're going to be on the next one.
yeah, you
What
could
could
be
the
on
next one.
Empire Strikes
Well,
Back.
we're
We're
not
of
just
course.
doing one film.
What film did you do?
A New
A
Hope.
New Hope.
Right. Well, that's weird because I remember specifically saying that I wanted to be in
A New Hope.
And you would have been had you not been miles away in bloody Dagenham, wherever you're from.
Dagenham!
Is it Dagenham?
No!
Gatwick.
No!
Heathrow.
No!
Luton.
No!
London City.
I don't live in an airport.
Where are we getting this from? Are you not in the terminal?
No!
Are you not? Are you sure?
That's on your CV.
Is it?
I thought you were Tom
I
Hanks.
can't update
That's why you got this part.
So, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here to finish
What we started.
Yes, obviously.
The Fellowship of the Ring Part 3. There is not going to be a Part 4.
No.
No.
Famous.
No.
I've got a lot of book references, guys, I warn you.
We are going
You've got to cram them in.
We are going to go and finish this beast, this mammoth of a film, The Fellowship of the Ring. We got to the end of Moria where
Oh yeah, yeah.
all the lads are crying their hearts out.
The lads.
And, I mean, pretty much. We talked about that though. We talked about what actually happened and occurred, that they were
Yeah.
did.
crying. They weren't
We did.
cool with it.
No,
So,
what with Gandalf's death.
We next need to go to Lothlorien.
Oh.
We do. Very exciting. I know.
What?
I'll make an aside as well. It sounds like we're outside. We're not
I was
outside.
going to say this. I was going to say we have to talk first
The
initially about
racket.
where we are and why it sounds
Oh, yeah.
like we're in a football stadium.
We're at the Theatre Royal Windsor right now. We're
Oh,
still on tour.
Lovely.
We're still actors.
Still
Me and
actors.
Chris are.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Someone just doesn't bother to
Whoa.
turn up. Takes a week off work.
Whoa.
ladies and gentlemen. A week off work.
Whoa.
But yeah, we're in a dressing room which is right next to a road, so you may hear a few cars go past.
Also, the window doesn't seem to work.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
The window is closed at the moment. It sounds like it's wide open.
Luckily, we've got some makeshift soundproofing up.
Yeah.
A blind.
A blind.
Yeah.
A very thin blind.
But if you do hear cars, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, that's one
there's
there.
one. Have a guess of the type of car it is,
Jesus, that's
and we'll
boring.
tell you what it is on the Instagram.
We've got the blind down. We can't see.
Mm.
I suppose they don't know that.
No, they don't know
Ah,
that.
we'll cut it out,
You've
it's
just
fine.
given that up.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So, the Fellowship are now going to Lothlorien.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about it? This is the extended version, right?
Oh, always.
Okay, so we're talking about them walking through the woods.
Oh yeah,
stuff like
and they
that.
meet Howdy.
Yeah.
So can we have that again, please, Chris?
In fact, it's who is it who shouts it? Is it Aragorn who shouts it in the Two Towers? I always have it in my
Yes.
mind. Howdy! It's two notes.
Yeah.
And I think there's a moment in this show,
It's
I've
like-
told you before, where it reminds me of that. It's literally no
He shouts
shaking.
it slow motion, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
it's because he's just got
Yeah.
walloped in the back by
And
that
he does that
massive
fantastic.
sword. Yeah.
Oh.
And in fairness, it's a great moment.
Let's not talk about the
oh my
two
God,
towers.
no.
Yeah, what's going on?
But this is where we meet.
So
Right, change key, sorry.
we're in Lothlorien, so we're meeting.
Be consistent with
We're
it.
meeting.
I tried.
Sorry.
He's a nightmare.
We're
It was better
meeting.
when he wasn't here.
We're meeting. I've said this about 5 times now. We're meeting the Wood Elves.
Yeah,
And obviously they are a different type of elf from the elf we met at Riverdale.
Well, you don't say that, but Legolas is also a wood.
Legolas is a Wood Elf, yeah. I'm talking.
Oh, you
about
mean as in like Elrond?
Elrond.
Oh, right, fine, yeah.
The lads
Take
there.
that. God, it's unbelievably loud.
There's a few doors around
What
it.
is going on? We picked the loudest theatre.
And,
Should we go in the shower and do it?
And also, so we
Go on.
also meet Galadriel.
We do. And her husband, how do you pronounce his name?
I'm not trying.
How would you pronounce his name?
I'm not trying.
Okay. Pryor?
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
I'd rather AJ do it.
I mean, I'd love AJ too. I think this is a point of contention, is the pronunciation.
No, there
of
is
his name.
no need for me to.
Of course there is.
So we've met Galadriel and her man. And,
You do say everything wrong, so we need you to
and
say
what's the
Do
name?
you want me to say his name?
What's his name says, "Tell me where is Gandalf, for how much does I?"
which turned into a
Very
very popular video on YouTube.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah, taking the Hobbits twice and got it.
Oh, was it in that one?
Yeah, it's
it?
after
In
that.
fairness, I've not seen this in about 50 years.
No,
Tell me
no,
where
yeah.
is Gandalf, for how much desire to speak with him.
Where is Gandalf?
I haven't seen that bit.
Yeah, it's after that bit. It's really
But
good.
I always found this kind of 20 minutes, half an hour very weird.
Well, when I was younger and I had the VHS and I had a pirate DVD from Hong Kong, don't tell anyone, it was awful. It was literally someone sat in the cinema filming on like an old, I don't even know, an old camera. What would they have been filming on? Digital camera. It was shocking. But I used to love it because it had it before the actual release. Used to fast forward through Lothlorien. I love it now.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
But I didn't
now,
get it
Now you
back when I
kind of
was younger.
know about the Wood Elves, and there used to be a great, I think it was on Battle for Middle-earth, the first one,
Oh.
where it opened, when you did the good story, it opened at Lothlorien and you're fighting there.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 or 4 bridges over to
think I
the
remember
actual
that,
centre,
yeah.
and you fight, and it's great.
I remember it in
But
Lord of the Rings Online. Beautiful.
The cinematography is...
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And this is where we get that moment of, we talked about this at the very start, the ring of lights for Galadriel. Do you remember that? And it's the first time it's happened. We're what, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours into the film, and you get this different look in someone's eyes?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Amazing!
Yeah.
What a technique that they had literally invented for this person.
Yeah.
What I quite
Oh.
liked as
Amazing.
well is that the Wood Elves weren't exactly friendly.
No, they weren't.
They're very on guard.
Even more so than Elrond. Well, I
Yeah.
suppose, Lothlorien has been constantly, they're repelling orcs and the dark, and they're so much closer to Mordor as well.
Exactly, yeah. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of spiders around.
A lot of spiders around, and they're right by the river as well.
Yeah.
Thinking of Lord of the Rings Online again. This is how I place things in my mind.
no,
Literally
yeah,
how
I was
I
going to
think.
say, is that a bad thing?
I can
Yeah.
see
Oh no, well, but all the
in,
sorts
in Battle for Middle-earth, I can see Lothlorien now and see, like, if I took the map right back, I can see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, if anyone can see Aiden then, he did a movement that was like sculpting some clay and just looking at nothing. I don't know what that was. but-
Is that the tree?
Yeah.
It's called Cadas Galadon.
Oh, well,
Lord of the Rings
that
Online
was
again.
what I was doing, the big
There
tree.
you go.
Oh, right, I see. Yeah, now it makes more sense.
Well, I'm glad now we know.
We can't move on until you say the name of the Lord.
I'm not going to do it. Can we move on? No, I don't actually want to move on because
No, we can't move on.
I do like this scene.
Yeah.
I
Right,
do
okay.
like this whole thing because now that I've read the books, I understand when. Have you not read the books?
No. I thought we
talked about this in
Oh, yeah, we
Glasgow.
did talk about it.
I know.
Anyway,
AJ just
so
made a look
now,
of disgust.
now I understand the sightseeing bowl. I forgot the name of it. What's the name of
That's what
it?
it's called. It's called
bowl.
that.
What's it called?
It's called Galadriel's mirror.
No.
This-
Oh, is it?
It's the sink of all sinks.
I just love a double-decker tourist bus.
Yeah.
Just hop on my bus. The sightseeing bus.
Don't mind me bowl at the back.
Yes.
Sightseeing
Have a
bowl.
look through it. You can
Don't drink from it, you.
Okay, right, yeah, go on. I think I know
but
what
where
you're
you
talking
see Hobbiton
Mm.
has been taken over
Yeah.
by orcs and stuff like that, and I just thought, oh, that's
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to sell it out as. That's what could have been if everything absolutely failed. But that's what actually is.
That's what happens
Even
in
when
the books.
when they win, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole massive segment of just them taking back Hobbiton in the Shire.
Yeah, it's awesome. In
And
fairness.
I love that moment now because I'm like, okay, I understand why Peter Jackson's put that in,
Yeah.
because that's just a nice little link into the book readers, because they know that's what actually happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Return of the King, that doesn't happen. But if you watch the appendices, they just talk about how they just had no time.
Yeah.
If you were going to do a fight for the Shire, that's like another.
Oh, and in Return of the King as well, where you've
Yeah.
had so many endings, as it were.
Oh god, so many.
I still thought it was coming because I'd read the books at that point, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, are they going to do the Scouring of the Shire as well?"
God.
My God, I've got another half hour here.
Yeah.
Jesus! But
yeah.
it's a shame, really, they didn't.
I really like Lothlorien now. I think it's very nice.
It's quite a mature bit because
Yeah.
it's all about temptation, isn't it? Really, because that scene, the Hobbiton being on fire and all that, is Sam's temptation to return back.
Yeah.
Is it Sam in the films or is it Frodo? It's Sam in the books.
In the
Frodo.
films, it's Frodo.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So it's
Is it
translated.
Sam in the book?
I think it's Sam. Yeah,
In
he
the
goes
film-
with
oh, I didn't-
Frodo.
In the films, they kind of do it. They do the whole Galadriel temptation.
Yeah, you're
bit,
right. Oh yeah, yeah. They
where
all
she,
have this
where she has
temptation.
that amazing.
Oh, I used to be
moment
terrified of that.
Where she
I was
turns
saying,
green.
yeah. God.
It was unbelievably scary.
Yeah, it
I think it was the
was.
scariest bit of the
Does
film
that.
for
Yeah,
me.
You shall have a
definitely.
queen.
Yeah. But
It's the
amazing.
voice as well. How do they do that weird, like, multiple voices?
Yeah.
lower
It's
and,
incredible. I love that bit.
Yeah, you could do that at the moment with your flu, probably.
That's probably good, yeah.
Have a go.
No,
So
I
you
don't
shall have
want
a
it, mate.
queen.
What's the name of the geezer?
And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's a great bit.
It is a great bit.
I love watching that moment now.
Yeah.
And obviously we talk about
But they talk about the death of Gandalf. Well, actually, first, they don't talk about his death.
in
They say
in
he's
the
fallen
films,
into darkness.
In the
don't they?
films, there is only that kind of like 20-second bit.
What, when they immediately meet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she's also, and I still don't know, or maybe it is said in the films, what she says to Boromir in his head.
I don't think it is said in the films.
Does she speak about the fall of Gondor?
She
and-
talks in general about what might happen, and the
Yeah.
camera pans to him.
because
maybe in the
You
extended.
can see him breaking and he
Yeah.
starts crying and shaking.
Well, that's it. Do they talk about how they can't keep her eye contact? Because that's the thing in the books, isn't it?
No, they don't talk about that in the films.
None of them can look at her for a long time.
Yeah.
Her eyes bore into them. Aragorn can the longest, but even he looks away in the
It's
end.
because she's one of the oldest things.
Yeah, and one of the most powerful.
And she's seen everything.
Yeah. And she's got a ring of power, of course,
Yeah,
as
exactly,
well.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
got one of the rings. Yeah, which is revealed in the extended, not in the main films.
It's said in the extended. In the main films, you only see it when she says, "and rings for the elves," and then you see her.
Oh yeah, and it's her,
everyone
isn't it? And
doing
it's the
that.
only one that's her, because Elrond doesn't have his at that point. Gandalf isn't even around at that
But
point.
she still has her ring in the scenes.
Yeah, but it's just not referenced, is
No.
it? I suppose Elrond
Only
has
in-
as well.
Only like the opening. I don't know. Actually, I can't remember.
No, I don't know. So what are they? She's got Nenya, which is the ring of adamant, the white one, and I think it's the most
It's
powerful.
a beautiful ring.
Oh, it's absolutely
It's a
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Isn't it interesting as well that it's given to her rather than her husband, who's called? Do you want me to say the name?
Yeah.
It's called Celeborn.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
But I used to think it was
Might be much
Celeborn.
better.
That's what I was leading towards. It's become a huge thing now.
Would you have said that, do you think?
God knows what you'd have said.
So yeah, you were talking about the ring.
But yeah, so the rings were given to her and to to her rather than to her male husband. Isn't that interesting?
Her male
It's
husband.
2020, mate.
I know, but it wasn't then when he wrote the stories.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
To be fair, in Lord of the
forward-thinking
Rings,
man.
Very forward-thinking
In Lord of the
man.
Rings, there's quite a few powerful female
Female,
characters.
There are, and of course, Arwen is an addition of the films.
Yeah.
Because it's not her in the books who does all the awesome stuff, which makes a lot of sense. It gives
Who
Liv Tyler
does it in
something to
the
do.
books?
An elf lord called Glorfindel, who was there at the very beginning as well. He's one of the most powerful elves around. He's not in the films at all.
God.
And he's at the Council of Elrond and everything.
Oh,
and
shit.
they make a reference saying even if you had, it was in reference to the quest having to be all about stealth.
Yeah.
They were saying that strength of arms will never do this. Even if you had a high elf lord like Glorfindel, he couldn't storm Barad-dûr on his own.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It has to be in stealth. So the elves are unbelievably powerful, and Galadriel is the most powerful, seemingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always found that really interesting that Celeborn was the secondary, very much
Yeah.
the secondary in the relationship in terms
And
of power and
Galadriel is
wisdom.
in charge of all of them.
Yeah, she's top dog.
Yeah. All
In
of the
Lothlorien.
Guardians and stuff like that. She is in charge of
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of them. I love that.
And they're called the Galadrim.
Yeah.
They're literally named after
That's
her.
awesome.
Amazing.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And and then so we have that big bit, and then we have That lovely little moment just of the lamb is bread. I just love that moment.
Brilliant.
Yeah. How many have you had? 17 or something ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, they get given the boats.
so yeah, they all get given their as we did in the intro, their gifts.
Oh, their gifts, yeah. Not so much in the main film, but
In the,
Frodo still gets the light of Arendelle.
in the main film, he still gets the light, but in the extended,
They all get them. don't
everyone
they?
gets everything.
Whatever they all are, I can't remember
The
exactly
bow
what
and
they
the
are.
daggers.
Yeah. What does Boromir get?
Um,
He does get something, doesn't he? Actually, I'm going to have to look that up. It's going to bug me.
guess.
Because I always thought, oh, maybe he doesn't get anything because of she knows the, you know, but she's not judging him already. It's
Yeah.
interesting that you were saying that they aren't necessarily that friendly. It's the same with the power thing and the temptation. They even though they are obviously very, very good, it's like they're so good that the normal humane or the humanity of the company is dwarfed by it. It's like they're completely different. They're on a completely different plane of existence to them, you know.
But that kind of showed, because they are wood elves as well.
Yeah.
That's also shown in The Hobbit as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, the wood elves have a history of being. There's a certain arrogance to them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
They know how powerful they are.
Shown
Yeah.
a lot in Hobbit, yeah.
Oh, it was a golden belt for Boromir.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
don't think that's shown in
No.
extended. But yeah, and then for me, probably coming up to one of the best scenes in movie history
Oh, go on.
is just when they're on that river and they're going down, and the camera angles that are
Oh,
just
yeah.
going around,
It's down the awesome river.
and then the two kings.
Yeah, the Argonath.
Great.
Long have I desired to look upon the kings of old.
Oh,
His
it's
forefathers.
such a good moment.
It's great, isn't it?
It is such a good moment.
Yeah. It's splendid, you know. It's medieval and
The
it's
score that
you know,
goes
it's
over
scope.
as well.
yeah. Oh,
The score
wonderful.
just adds to everything. And we're getting now to the last little chapter.
Look how excited you are.
I am.
He's really steering this
I
along.
think this is great.
Yeah.
But the last chapter is big.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
There's
huge.
so many different moments. So obviously they land. They go looking for firewood.
Yes.
Firewood.
Firewood. And now comes the Boromir and Frodo moment.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Frodo is asked for an hour's grace to decide the route that they're going to take,
Yeah.
either to Gondor or not, to go and try and go.
That's
via
not
the-
said in the films though. That's
Oh, is that right? Oh, I've
That's
just
said
conflated those in my
books.
mind. Yeah, you are right. And Boromir's been going for, obviously he wants them all to go to Gondor, and it's been hinted at that he's tempted from the very start,
Yeah.
from the climb up the mountain.
Yeah.
Sean Bean's famous climb up the mountain, that he wants the ring,
Yeah.
and he's succumbing to its power, and
but
he's
the-
acting shady.
The
shady
way
and shifty.
the way he kind of portrays it is that he believes that Gondor, this is what Gondor should have.
Yeah.
I think in his head he believes it will make Gondor great again, how it
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be. And
Do you think that he's thinking?
I think he's thinking of Denethor as well.
Yeah.
He knows if he goes back to Denethor and... Well,
King
because
gift.
in the extended version anyway, Denethor says, bring back this gift
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So I think he has that in his head. I don't know whether... It's interesting, because that extended bit is in, I never really know if he wants it to use it for himself or he wants it to take back to Gondor, because his love of Gondor is massive.
Yeah. I'm sure initially it was that, and then it just crept over him, don't you think? And he thinks.
Consumed him, and then it's just all about what he wants.
Yeah, maybe it becomes, I'll actually use it. Does he think it's an heirloom of Gondor because it was Elendil, or Isildur's rather?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But then if it's Isildur's, then you have to
Well,
give it to...
it's not the stewards.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
kings. So it belongs to Aragorn. But I don't know. It's
Yeah.
all. It's very. Boromir is such a fascinating character. It's an awful lot for Sean Bean to get his teeth into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that much screen time,
Not at all.
really.
Especially in the standard film.
Yeah, in the theatrical cut,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But yeah, and then he chases down Frodo, tries
Yeah.
to get the ring.
Up to the top.
And then-
I found that very scary as well, watching that when I was younger, because the change in someone's personality who's meant to be an almost mentor figure, and then all of a sudden he's so weak to this ring, is like, oh my god, that's so scary to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember the way that he
Yeah.
portrayed him, the look in his eyes was amazing, really good.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
great scene.
Frodo kind of set himself up for that, because there's a lovely scene where Frodo asks Gandalf, who do I trust?
Mm.
And Gandalf says, trust yourself.
Yeah.
So it very much is Frodo's judgment, and I think he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
And
maturing
then
quickly.
There's that
isn't he?
lovely mirror scene with. So that moment happens with Boromir, and then obviously Frodo puts on the ring, sees
See
the Great
Sauron.
Eye,
Amazing. Comes flying over.
and then literally straight after, there's a beautiful mirrored scene of where Aragorn does exactly the same, and starts getting close to him.
Well, he does what?
So you know the moment where Frodo's made that decision in his head that he's going to leg it,
Oh yeah.
and then he sees Aragorn,
Mm.
and then Aragorn opens his hand. No, Aragorn closes Frodo's hand.
Oh
And
yeah.
says, "I would have stayed with you till the end."
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
lovely.
that literally mirrors to what Boromir's choice was. Where
Yeah.
he just went for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a
And
wonderful scene.
Frodo opened his hand, and Aragorn just closes it.
Yeah.
Because of
He's
ringing-
brilliant. Oh, I love it.
And then best moment ever as well. And then they just hear just the running,
Yeah.
and then he tells Frodo to run, and then that lovely slow motion bit where Aragorn's on top of the hill, and then
Yeah.
all the Uruk-hai are there.
course.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's phenomenal. And Aragorn is, he's just perfection in that moment, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
Goodness
Oh my
me.
God.
That fight coming down the steps from the top
Yeah.
of the tower. Oh, how had I forgotten this scene? You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The
What
closing
about
of the hand is iconic.
That's Aragorn's character there.
Yeah, I
That's
swore to protect you, he
Yeah.
says.
That's it. When you know then that he's gonna be the king, and he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
the
it's
thing.
in
I
his
think,
blood.
I think that's the first kind of moment that you realise, okay, he's going against what his forefathers did.
Yeah.
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 He's a
Going
different
against-
class.
Yeah.
And even to Boromir, who's a mighty sort of man.
Yeah. But
Also, when we first see the orcs, of course, how amazing do they look?
the Uruk-hai,
Oh, yeah, the
Incredible.
Uruk-hai.
the design of the
Oh.
Uruk-hai is
They are
fantastic.
just. I mean,
Terrifying.
their wardrobe must have been incredible for that.
Yeah.
'Cause they would have had such a job, and they looked terrifying.
Mm.
Absolutely terrifying. Their armor was sharp and
Yeah.
dark, and it looked brilliant, and
Yeah.
everything about them.
Imagine how hot it must have been in those suits, though. How
They
long
were-
would those
They
shoots
had
have
to
been?
be painted as well.
Yeah.
Completely,
Yeah.
Completely made up. And yeah, Lurtz has got that big, tall head.
Oh,
Lurtz, oh god. We need, we need to talk about Lurtz.
Yeah, are we going to jump ahead to there? To that? To when he's knocking
well,
about?
I mean, pretty much we see Aragorn just fighting them all off, and
Yeah.
then it does that lovely kind of overhead cam of going through the woods, where you
The
then
hobbits
hear
are
the
running.
horn of Gondor,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Boromir's with.
and it's following all the Uruk-hai, and you're watching them run towards something, and then suddenly you see them Boromir blowing
Yeah.
the horn with Merry and Pippin,
Mm.
which is class.
Yeah.
And we don't fully see we haven't seen Lurtz yet.
No, we've not. Have we? He comes up over the hill,
Yeah,
but
because.
Boromir's trying to defend Merry and Pippin.
And what I also love as well is that Merry and Pippin are throwing rocks.
Yeah.
Now, so many people said, well, that's stupid. That wouldn't hurt them. But that's literally like a Hobbit specialist skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have incredible aim.
Yeah.
And they can do that and knock
I
them
beg to
out.
differ. I think it would bloody.
Yeah.
I
You
think
could
it
easily
really
knock
would.
them out.
Yeah.
If you knock them out, then great. Problem solved.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
and then so they're fighting them off, and then there's that lovely moment of Legolas to say, "The Horn of Gondor,"
Yeah.
and then
That's
Just Alexa in the
stupid.
background.
that's just Alexa in the background. Why
Don't
not?
worry about that. Next door.
Um,
These walls are paper
And
thin.
then Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas run towards it.
Yeah.
And then that's when we get that slow motion little shot of Lurtz on the top of the hill.
And he's already shot Boromir at this point, hasn't he?
I
Or
think-
is he about to? Because Boromir bundles into
he's
them.
he's about to. We
Yeah.
see Lurtz first, and
Oh,
then we
yeah.
hear
That
probably
mighty
Oh.
bow.
that
The
beautiful sound
string
effect.
sound.
Yeah.
The string sound. It sounds wet.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
so
You
dangerous.
can hear the sound of the bow.
Yeah.
Like you can hear how large it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like how huge this construct is that he has
Yeah.
to pull back.
And how dirty and
Yeah.
oh, it sounds like a horrible bow. Like Legolas's bow is thin and sharp.
Where it does that lovely.
Yeah.
That to show lightweight and speed
Yeah.
and
Whereas Lurtz's one sounds unnatural.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Ah, what an amazing bit of
the
sound
size of the
design that
arrows
is.
and everything is
And
just
then,
Oh,
and then we get that first hit of.
Yeah.
And then
And it's
suddenly-
silence.
the
Yeah.
silence.
It's
Yeah.
that is something they do in Lord of the Rings, right? So there's always score until there is brutal fighting, and then there's silence. There's no music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like even if we go to the Return of the King, the charge of the Rohirrim down the hill is all epic, epic, epic. When they make contact, no score.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
And then it comes in about 10 seconds later.
Well, yeah.
Maybe a little less than that.
when it's telling a different story,
Yeah.
like with the arrows,
It's
it's
him
like
getting up.
yeah,
Him
that's
getting
when
up
it comes
is-
in.
yeah.
because that's the moment of heroism.
And what, 3 times does he get hit?
Yeah,
So yeah,
oh, it's horrible,
And he keeps getting up.
yeah.
unbelievable.
And then there's that, still kills me. Lert's just right in front of him.
He comes
Yeah,
face
he's
to
about
face.
to.
And Boromir's just sitting there on his knees, just staring at him.
And he is at point blank range,
Yeah,
isn't he?
and he just
And he's
pulls
like,
the bow
"I'll
again.
take this arrow until
And then, bang! Aragorn just comes straight in.
Amazing.
yeah
And this
goes toe to
This-
toe.
fight that lasts about 30-40 seconds, but so much happens in it.
unbelievable.
The shield
I love the
underneath
shield in the
Aragorn's
tree,
but
and
we-
it's like
let's-
just a perfect cutout. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, oh, it's
Brilliant.
perfect. Let's talk about the knife. Because he threw the knife,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
first take, Vigo knocked it out of the air with his sword. Unbelievable.
Is that real?
For
Yeah,
real?
it actually
Wow.
happened.
Oh my
That is
God.
legitimately,
I
that's the
never knew.
thing.
I wondered
It's not a
if-
sharp knife,
Yeah.
but he legitimately swiped it out of the air with his sword.
I thought you could see it, and I thought that's pretty awesome. The fact that you could see the
Mm.
knife ricocheting.
How is
off.
Viggo Mortensen just such a legend?
That's unbelievable. It's
Viggo, if you're
unbelievable.
listening to this, which you probably are,
Yeah, he will
you're
be.
such a
I know
legend.
Viggo.
You're such a legend.
How awesome is that?
He is Aragorn, isn't he?
Oh
I mean,
my
let's be
God.
honest.
No better casting.
No.
It's
It really
pure
is.
champagne
He was
casting.
born to do that.
Yeah.
Born to do that part.
And
Thank
then-
God he did it.
Cuts off his arm and sticks it in his gut,
Oh.
and then
Yeah.
Lert
He
just
drags
pulls it
himself
into
in.
him.
Oh yeah, that's the horror.
And that moment of Aragorn's face where he's just like, there's
What-
that slight shock
Yeah.
of, oh
what
my
am I
God.
dealing with? Who on
Yeah,
earth
what
is
is this?
this monster?
And he just beheads him in a second.
Yeah, that
Brilliant.
sweep around, that whip out and sweep around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those sort of fight moves are ingrained in my head when it comes to sword fights.
Yeah.
Because they're classic.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
it sets the standard really. There've been so many good sword fights, but my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that one is up there.
Yeah, definitely.
And then that
Unbelievable.
moves straight on to Merry and Pippin hiding in a bush,
As they like to.
and Frodo hiding behind a tree. And they keep telling him to come over,
Yeah.
and hide here. And which I find a beautiful moment is that, is it Merry or Pippin that says he's not coming?
It's Merry. Merry's always the slightly wiser one,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's
And-
leaving.
Yeah.
He says, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then
What's he
But-
doing?
both of
He's
them,
leaving.
which shows the pure kind of bravery of the hobbits, realise that for him to go, there needs to be a distraction.
Yeah.
Because all the Uruk-hai are running down.
Who better?
So they literally both run out.
Brilliant. Lovely scene.
And then the Uruk-hai take them both,
They just pick him up.
and Frodo manages to get away. And
Obviously, orders to just
Is
catch
that
and
the-
not
Yeah.
kill.
Is that kind of the first time we see them sacrifice the hobbits sacrifice themselves because they realise how important this mission is?
Yeah,
Certainly
I
those
think
two.
so.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
because they before that have always been messing around and just a bit
Yeah.
kind of tongue in cheek, and then
Yeah.
they're like, right, this mission is so important, we need to do something.
this is when everything
Wow.
changes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the real turning point of the whole film. It's the end of the Fellowship.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
all go on their separate paths, and that's those two taking the first step.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
first actual physical moment, like.
But you know, it's a beautiful moment.
So
Again, it's maturity.
Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah.
maturity. The film sort of matures as it goes
That
through.
definitely, yeah.
Even this first instalment of the trilogy, as it goes through, what
compare
journey!
it to the first couple of scenes in the Shire. There's just that real fun and happiness
Yeah,
to everything. The music, the score, the cinematography, the characters, the language that's used, everything. And then you jump to this bit and you're just like, could be a different
Totally
film.
different.
yeah, absolutely.
Because the tone has completely changed.
Mm.
And then Frodo is obviously running to his boat and
Yeah.
getting away on his boat, and this beautiful, beautiful moment of
Mm.
Sam.
Where he Frodo
Yeah.
goes to sail away, of course.
He does. He's on his
But
way. He's weeping as well.
Interestingly
And
enough,
as Elijah Wood does.
when they did do
Gorgeous.
one of the takes, Sean Astin was in the water, and there's a shard of glass
Mm.
at the bottom of the water, which completely cut open his foot.
Oh God.
Yeah,
They swept it as well because they always have to.
yeah,
But they missed this shard of glass.
yeah.
Poor guy.
Which
Have you got there in the book yet?
what? No, of course I haven't.
This is another
I
saga.
have been reading it, and no, of course I haven't even got to anything about Lord of the Rings yet.
You'll get there
Sean
when we
Astin,
do The
what are
Phantom
you
Menace or
doing?
something.
I don't get it. I watched so much of your backstory talking about what you did, which, fine for you, but you did the Goonies and then Lord of the Rings. Let's be honest. right?
This
and
is big stuff.
Jesus,
One of the most successful
I'm
actors.
hearing about all this
Look
short.
at him.
I'm hearing about all these short films and all this crap.
He's a very talented filmmaker.
No.
He did the behind the scenes one. It was lovely.
Yeah, but the book is called. I can't remember the name of the book.
Isn't it called There and Back Again?
Yeah, There and Back Again.
You've heard of that, haven't you?
And it says like Tales of Lord of the Rings. And I've been reading it. There's no bloody tales. There's no mention of it. I'm learning about just him in school.
Did you put a different cover on it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Completely
It's Sean Astin, the early years.
just him before it ends? And
Yeah.
I got that call.
Yeah. Peter Jackson. Who's this Peter Jackson? The end.
Jesus. But yeah, I mean, Sam's speech is just
Yeah.
epic there.
It's beautiful.
At this moment, there's a bike just gone past.
Oh, I wonder what kind. Maybe a Kawasaki.
At this moment,
Put your guesses in the comments below.
because the others are just still fighting, and merry people have gone, and it's just this is the breakaway now.
Yeah.
The Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn are still on land fighting.
Yeah.
Sam's gone out to swim. not for a laugh.
No, it's
It doesn't know what's going
Yeah.
on. It's just doing a few
what battle I'm
doing a few lengths, isn't it? But yeah, and then off they go.
Yeah.
And they go over to the other side.
Together.
And I'm
importantly
coming
as
with
well,
you.
isn't it? Yeah.
And I'm coming with
Oh, it's great. It's
Which is-
such simple stuff.
you. That then starts both of their story properly together
Yeah.
for the next two
If we're honest,
films.
Sam isn't very good at swimming, so I mean,
Sam can't swim.
No, he
at
can't
all.
swim.
Hobbits are afraid of water.
Yeah. That's why
They're
you
like
drown,
deathly afraid
Ben.
of
Yeah,
water.
that's why I was taking the mick when you said, "Oh, I went for a little swim." I was like, "Well, for him."
That was ages ago I mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
It's true. That was a while ago.
Ages
Right, for
ago.
him it was more than a little swim. He was, saying, "This is another way of saying I will die for you and this mission."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Frodo says he's going alone. Sam says, "We're going with you." You right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. We missed, or we haven't missed, but we must talk about Boromir's death. As in when Aragorn
Oh,
comes
right.
to him and he's,
Oh,
he's
right.
lying there.
But
dying on the
isn't
floor.
this all happening?
Well, it's sort of
at the same
simultaneously,
moment?
yeah. But he says that's when he admits he tried to take the ring from Frodo.
Oh, that's when he's shaking and tears coming down.
Yeah,
You can
I mean,
see him going
understandably.
grey.
He's full of arrows, you know.
And
But yeah, and
Yeah.
Aragorn, in his way, he knows that he's sort of betrayed them, but he's tried to make up for it by saving Merry and Pippin, and he
but Aragorn forgives him. as
Aragorn
well.
forgives him, which is another kingly thing to do, isn't it?
Like, and they talk about the white tree. and
Yeah,
It's a beautiful moment, and you kind of
they
see.
can share that.
Yeah, and you see that there is a brotherhood between them, even though it wasn't shown.
Yeah,
But at this moment, you can see how much Boromir's death really gets to.
and he admits Aragorn, king as well. What was he saying? My brother, my captain, my
My
king.
king, yeah.
Oh my god, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Which is amazing actually, because then he's just kicking out Denethor in his head.
Well, I mean, Denethor's not the king, I suppose. They are. They've been in charge for so long, but they are not the kings. Obviously, they're the House of Stewards.
Yeah.
And there's that wonderful shot of Aragorn standing up,
Yeah.
and he's crying, and you remember the sunlight on his face through the trees?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a shot!
And then there's almost a kind of, not moment of wanting revenge, but kind of, this is an actual proper journey adventure, and it's not going to be easy. Like, people are going to die. And we've had two of our main characters just...
Yeah, absolutely. It's George R.R. Martin stuff, isn't it? Really,
Yeah, it kind of is actually.
in a funny sort of way.
That's true.
I mean, we know Gandalf is going to come back. Spoilers alert. But Boromir,
I'm saying
Sean
that.
Bean, he's a big name.
Ballsed it up now.
People
are
are
gonna-
doing the others now.
Are people watching this for their first experience?
Yeah.
Are they watching
So I'm
this?
going to
as
have
well?
to... Named after the dog! Just to kind of get people back there.
Crazy.
After the dog!
Oh god,
Awful.
it's piercing.
Anyway,
That's the kind of voice I have.
but they go down to the shore and they see Frodo and, Sam.
They see them, get out, which is lovely. I love that.
And then they have to make a choice as well. And they say, are we going to follow Frodo and Sam or are we going to try and rescue...
Well, I
Merry
think
and Pippin?
Legolas and Gimli think they're going to cross.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's Legolas who pushes the boat down, isn't
Yeah.
it? And then he has one of his inspired Orlando Bloom moments and goes,
Oh, well, his little
I
face.
don't mean to follow them.
And then he does, it's the face there where he goes,
Yeah, people can't really, No, that's not that. Well, I might not use that bit.
I wouldn't
This
use
is
that
all
bit.
going to be used. So we have
fair enough.
to describe.
Explain what my face is doing.
Ah, well, okay,
Not much, really.
not much. He kind of looks damaged.
It's Guildhall for
I'm
you.
just Guildhall.
A bit damaged, a bit scared, a bit kind of.
That's yeah.
Wise and understanding, thousands of years old. I can
Thank
read
you.
every note of it.
There you are,
Thank
people.
you.
Pryor's been unwell, it's fine. He's a little rusty at
Yeah.
reading
Look.
AJ's face.
Look.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's too emotional one.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
it is. He's not that much.
I
He's
think,
an elf.
I think it's
for God's
this.
sake.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Spot on.
What do you guys think at home?
Did you prefer one, two?
Yeah.
To a famous poll. But they decide to follow Merry and Pippin and to try
Yeah,
and rescue
yeah.
them.
And then
Good choice.
then off they go.
They call themselves the
And then
Three
We
Hunters.
travel light. Let's hunt some orc.
Ah, it's great.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that bit goes, and then you get our last little scene where Frodo and Sam have got to the top of this hill and they see Mordor.
They do.
It's the first proper time we see our main
Yeah.
characters seeing Mordor. That's their mission. That's what they're doing, and it's just those two for now.
At that point, it doesn't look that far away.
No, it doesn't.
Considering the distance they've come. Well, that's because of the what's it called, the MN wheel, which is the razor sharp rocks.
Yeah.
Remember Gimli says that.
That's even before they go in the marshes as well.
Yes, long before the
When we
marshes.
get to that, that's gonna be
We're
great.
going in circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness me.
Can you smell it?
Yes. I can smell it. Okay, easy, Tucker. Wow.
Whoa, Frodo don't know. Let's back you up. But yeah, and then we see that, and then bang,
And
end
then-
of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the last
Brilliant.
lines?
Goodness me.
Should probably give us
We
the.
may
I
never
th-
see
I-
them again.
I th-
We may yet, Mr.
Yeah.
Frodo. We may.
Sam says something
Just
quite
a gentle
positive.
optimism.
Yeah.
We should
Which
probably
is-
have the theme again, I imagine. If you...
Oh, but it isn't the.
Isn't it?
It's
May
not-
it be? Isn't
Yeah,
it Enya?
yeah, it's. Oh,
Which one
did I ever
is
tell you about May It Be?
No.
So in drama school, they asked us all to bring in a song,
Yeah.
and we all sat down and listened to each other's songs, like a song that really is affecting them at that moment, and really springs up emotions. And I chose May It Be, and I sat there.
May it be, not let it be.
No, May It Be.
Okay.
And I sat there and all I heard was, may it be an evening star shines bright upon you.
He's doing it again.
I'm staring at you.
It's awful.
Starting to sing. But like, I was in
You wept.
tears.
You wept, really?
Yeah.
In front of everyone?
Because I think the
His childhood stammer, it's returned.
That was Morse code, I think.
Are you getting me, guys? Come on. Trying to talk to you without those guys understanding.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the night before I watched Fellowship,
Right.
and it just
All the more poignant, was it?
yeah. It was.
Isn't that amazing? I couldn't have done that in drama school because I never admitted to this sort of thing in drama school. Like the geeky sort of thing, you know?
I've been holding in a cough this whole time.
So Ben's very unwell. Sorry.
God. So we got to May It Be.
You were talking about May It Be, yeah. Enya.
I think it's such a brilliant song to finish on.
Had you heard of Enya before?
Have I heard of Enya before?
No, I mean before Lord of the Rings came out, had you heard
Yes,
of it?
I have.
You had? Yeah, I'd heard of her as well.
I'm,
But this sort of brought her into the mainstream.
a lot of Enya was played in my house.
Yeah?
Obviously, the classic "Sail Away"
Oh, great song.
isn't even called "Sail Away" though.
What's it called?
I can't remember the name now.
No, it's
Is it
called
called
something
something?
different.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I can't
Called
remember.
May It Be.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
May it be, may it be, may it be.
Fits in perfectly.
But yeah, and then it finishes on that, and
Yeah.
we've finished our adventure.
Amazing.
Yeah. Let's have blast the theme again one more time, mate, real quick.
Of which
Yeah,
one?
go on.
Of the Fellowship?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Fellowship would be great. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Pam 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 pam
Why does
pam.
he palm it? Like
Like
the Salvation Army brass band. He's ready for the show tonight, aren't you?
Very.
Wow.
Very.
Favourite moments from the film to finish off.
That.
This is my favourite moment. This is my favourite film and my favourite book.
Great.
This
great.
is your favourite
It's
Lord of
all
the Rings
downhill
film?
from here for me.
Really?
What?
Honestly, this is my favourite one.
Wow.
This is the one I come back to again and again and again.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are you so surprised?
I'd
There's
see,
so much depth.
everyone is
Look,
always
I-
goes.
also, you saying it's all downhill from here
No, I mean, I'm
makes me
being-
think that you think the
I'm
other
being
two
sick.
are crap.
Yeah.
The other two are astonishing.
And then,
This-
and let me
this
tell
one.
you, Chris, they are not crap.
Hey! They're not crap!
Alright, fine.
They are. There we go. There we go. We
More
made
work for himself.
the triad.
Can't wait. Thanks for that.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm Return of the King.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Are you the same? Are you?
I did.
But I change every week. Fellowship used to be my favourite for a very, very, very long time.
It's never wavered for me. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it was my introduction to it all.
It probably has
The world building
best
as well. We talk about that all the
world
time.
building and best storyline.
Yeah.
From start to
Yeah,
finish,
there's
it's
so
such
much
a massive
happens.
change.
But it's actually the film that I've seen the least of the three.
Really?
Because my favourite was Return of the King. My brother was The Two Towers, so we would watch those consecutively, and we love the fight scenes mostly. And
Yeah.
they're huge, and
I mean,
we'll get into that another time.
Oh,
but
they're
anyway,
astonishing.
So the Fellowship for me is the least. I've seen it the least out of all of them, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Like
worth
I said,
watching again.
They were my favourite
Always.
for a very long time because I loved everything in the Shire.
Yeah, I think that was it for me as well. It was the early stuff, how they lived their lives. I was fascinated by.
Yeah.
But then I remember watching Return of the King and just watching Ride of the Rohirrim
Yeah,
and
it's
balling
astonishing.
and being like, this is my favourite moment in the whole trial.
Oh, I think maybe the Return of the King has got my favourite moments in it. Like the lighting
Yeah.
of the beacons is one of my favourite
And
moments.
for Frodo, I mean.
And for Frodo. For Frodo? Who's Frodo?
I love that. I love always imagine.
Where's it Sandler?
Bloody hell's this?
A load of
Fight.
geezers from Gondor and Rohan just standing there and they just hear the king go, for Frodo.
And they
And they're
go,
like,
we've given our lives for this.
who's Frodo? I don't know really what's going on here.
Nothing.
Why are we doing? We're outnumbered. Look at this.
It's a serious
Why are we
situation.
you know what? We went one step too far. Okay, we won the battle for Minas Tirith. Fair enough. We should have taken a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, anyway.
What's the battle
So
plan?
off track.
Oi! What's the battle plan?
He's already gone.
He's run off.
He's running. Get
Oh,
him back.
those little guys have
Do
run
it
his
again.
way. What?
I'll just leave him to it, I reckon.
Oh, they're all going in the front.
Jesus.
Bollocks, let's go.
Go now. Oh, look like
Yeah.
It looks like
Sorry,
Oh,
Chris.
for God's
Sorry.
sake. It looks like heroism, it's not.
No.
It's peer pressure.
They're forced into it because they are surrounded.
Yeah, they're like,
Because
oh,
it's
we're
got
get trampled,
hobbits
better
there.
go.
See the Hobbit scare, you go, nah, gotta go, come on, don't.
Did you just swear then?
He said F.
No, I didn't.
I
You
heard-
went fat.
But I did say twat afterwards, so.
Oh.
Oh, fine. This is getting all
Also, I
complicated.
realised anyway. I realised I said earlier on.
Oh.
It was, you didn't notice it, and you didn't notice it, so now we don't know where it is, but it's somewhere.
You have to
in
listen to
there.
the whole flipping thing.
You will.
Nice, Chris.
Yeah, you like that.
So there we go. We've
Yeah,
got to
we've
the
got
end
there.
of the Fellowship of the Ring. We've
Well.
managed to do it in an episode.
Yes.
We've managed to
we
get
have,
to the
just
end.
about.
We've got to say thank you so much for you guys for listening to this.
Yeah, so many people have.
And,
Amazing.
yeah, we've been looking through today and
I'm
over
very lucky.
all of what's the word for it?
All of
Our
platforms,
analytics.
all-
Our platforms,
over
yeah.
all of our platforms, we've had over 500 listens, which is great considering we're going for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for that. Thank you to everyone on Instagram. The YouTube channel is starting to big up a bit as well. We'd like to add some more stuff on the YouTube channel as well, just to keep you guys interested.
Yeah, keep the content coming out. But do let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about, any questions you've got, any comments you've got.
Absolutely,
Shoot
yeah.
them over and we'll get them back to you. But so boys, what are we doing next? Now we've got Pryor back.
Yeah.
What's coming up next at the end of this week? Because we're going to do 2 this week.
Mm.
We're going to do 2 next week, but then
Hey,
he
Hey.
went off in his boat.
I mean last week.
I did go off
Last
on my
week,
boat.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to do 2, but obviously we did A New Hope last week,
We did.
so we've got to do Empire.
We've got to, haven't we? We've got to chop and change between
Yeah.
them. That's quite nice.
I think it's interesting.
I think it
Yeah,
is.
Because obviously we'll do Empire, and then we will start the Two
The
Towers.
Two Towers, yeah. Which is the Empire Strikes Back of Lord of the Rings.
Exactly,
Of
yeah.
course.
We've gone to,
We deal
on
with
both
trilogies in
sagas,
this.
we've gone to the middle film.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Playing out
Which would
very
be nice,
nicely.
because we can compare them.
Yeah.
See what goes on. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. I've been AJ Jenks.
I've been Ben Pryor.
At long last. And I have been Christopher Weeks.
End on a dig. End on a dig. And thank you guys so much.
ill.
Shut up.
Sorry.
If you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and please tell your friends as well. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow us. Thank you very much. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, also follow and give us a nice rating. And you know what? I'm gonna say a final goodbye now. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been 8 Days a Geek.
I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a geek.